This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, good tomorrow, wherever you're tuning in from. Glad to have you aboard as we get set for some Friday night Edmonton Oilers discussion. And let me tell you, it's sweet now. We are in the little last crunch time of March, right? There is exactly a week left in the month. And oh, by the way, guess what that means? We are a week away from the big show up in Cold Lake, Alberta next week between Patrick and I and Gillis TV as well. Sorry, that couldn't have been any more awkward if I tried, but definitely if you're new to the channel or returning, I will need you up there with me viewing from home, obviously here on Dolynny TV as supporting the live streams, because that will be a big show, a big test of what we've achieved over the past year. Of course, I had this tournament last year here on Dolynny TV. I want to crush it this year, right? We're over 10,000. We're over 11,000 subscribers. The views are unreal, off the charts compared to anything I've ever seen. Love to have you aboard for that. I'm just taking a quick peek at the schedule here. Thankfully, the Oilers play at 7 p.m. on Thursday the 30th. We should have, for the first time ever, and the first time ever in person, Patrick and I being able to live stream that one for you on Dolynny TV or Oilers Fanatic. I think we'll do it over on the Oilers Fanatic actually that night, just simply because we'll have all day action on Dolynny TV the other nights. Saturday, the first, well, let me tell you, we'll have to figure that one out, and then thankfully I escape not having to do it on the Monday. We're back to work on Tuesday, the 4th. All right, friends, that's what you need to know about Cold Lake. Of course, if you're new to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button, and then we'll get to the sweet, sweet part of this Edmonton Oilers discussion video. Sorry, there's a lot coming down the pipe that I got to prepare for here this weekend, and I just started realizing that on the drive home. Anyway, as we get going, right, we're talking about the last week of March. That's what I started the video off with, and there was for good reason. It wasn't just something to tell you about Cold Lake. No, it was to tell you we have 3 weeks remaining in the season, friends. And guess what that means? That means the Oilers have a magic number for the playoffs, right? This magic number is tangible. This magic number is real. This is how the Oilers secure a playoff picture and a playoff spot. And that magic number right now, everybody's math checks out, and even mine. Trust me, I even goofed up this morning and said the Oilers hadn't been as deep as they were last year into the playoffs since 1990, completely missing the year that made me a fan, 05-06. My pardon, editorial area. Yeah, those things happen when you get up at I guess, what time was I up? 6:23 this morning? Yeah, that's pretty rough for a guy like me. All right. Either way, let's just quickly go over that magic number, which is 14. I've been teasing you long enough. And that magic number is 14 because of one team, right? Realistically, if the Nashville Predators go out and lose 3 games in a row, that magic number just plummets really quick, and the Oilers should be able to do it. But the Nashville Predators are what this magic number pertains to. Obviously, it pertains to every other team in the mix too, but realistically, it is the Nashville Predators that are the pests within the scenario here. And how they're the pests in that scenario is, I guess, technically still St. Louis is included within this math as well, but I guess St. Louis would be done and dusted, right? They've got 11 games to go. The max amount of points they can hit is 92. I think that's why you end up canceling them out and not even calculating them towards the magic number. And obviously the magic number there for the Oilers would only be 2. So with the Nashville Predators, who are your biggest threat within the standings, right? The team that could kick you out of 8th spot, second wild card, whatever you want to call it. The magic number is 14. The Predators sitting at 80 points on the season, and obviously to the Calgary Flames at 79, so they might still have something to say. But the biggest gap is what the Nashville Predators could do, which is put up 24 points on you, which is 104 points, and obviously that is where you get from 90 points for the Oilers. If you get to that 14 points, you end up securing that magic number, which would mean realistically to get 14 points, the Oilers have to go 7-3 down the stretch. But as far as I understand the magic number, that is not how it works. The Oilers do not have to go 7-3 to guarantee playoffs. That is not the scenario here. The Oilers have to win or get a combination of 14 points coupled with the Nashville Predators losing for some combination of the remaining 14 points, right? So if the Oilers win 5 games and they go, right, to 100 points, but the Nashville Predators lose a total of what I guess realistically you'd need them to lose 2 games, that would cancel it out right there, right? That's how you make the math work. So every time Nashville loses a point or 2, it counts towards the magic number as well. And every time the Edmonton Oilers gain a point or 2, it counts towards the magic number. So ideally, realistically, the Oilers probably down the stretch here, the last 10 games to secure a playoff spot at worst, really have to go 4-6, 5-5, some kind of combination of mediocre finish to the season, and we're more than likely in the playoffs, right? Is it believable that the Nashville Predators will go on a 12-game winning streak, actually a 14-game winning streak to finish the season? That's your question, right? And that's why the magic number exists, is because every time they lose, it helps us get closer to finishing this season. And often, obviously, too, right? If the Nashville Predators lose a total of 6 games, we win a total of 6 games. Oh my goodness, that is a mess. You're pretty much secured by win number 4 or 5, right? If the Nashville Predators go on to lose 4 straight and the Oilers go on to win 4 straight, that will pretty much settle it right there. Obviously, the Oilers are on a 5-gamer right now, but don't mind me. But you get where I'm going with all of this and how this all works out for our Edmonton Oilers squad. It's just kind of one of those things, right? The magic number is what it is, and right now it's just a numbers game down the stretch. Win games, hope that Nashville loses, and everything secures itself the rest of the way. Obviously, the magic numbers are a bit different, right? Calgary can still have something to say, but the magic number is much, much less on Calgary than it is on Nashville, right? They've played 3 more games than Nashville. So when you're talking about the max that they can do, they can put up 18 points, which is 97. So the Oilers' technically magic number there is 7. There's really nothing too special outside of that. And obviously 2-1 St. Louis, I think it's a number of 2 or 3. So you kind of get how that all comes together for us at this point. Is there's not much to be done outside of Nashville is the biggest threat. Nashville is kind of how the Oilers secure their playoff spot up front, and then how you secure either first or second in the division comes to fruition via playing Vegas and the LA Kings down the stretch here, 2 games apiece. So it's that time. It really be that time of the year where the Oilers are talking about clinching and clinching scenarios and everything like that. And I mean, we're not on to the clinching scenarios as of yet, but as you start winning and losing here over the next few games, that's where you can get to, right? I mean, there is a path where at game, I guess, 76, 77, the Oilers could be looking at clinching a playoff spot if all comes according to plan, right? If you get 8 points and the Nashville Predators lose 6, well, by game 76, you could do it almost for sure by game 77 if everything turns out the way the Oilers need it to over the next few games, right? If you win the next 5 straight, well, no doubt, I think 100% we probably go out there and clinch in game 77. But even if you win 4 of the next 5, there's still potential in game 77. If not, we should be well and clinched by game 78, 79 at the very latest. We should have a couple of games left at the end of the year where we may very well see some call-ups happen and allow us to burn off a couple of moments of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl at the end of the year. But friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love when I can have this easy of a job on YouTube, right? Nothing hard-hitting. Everything happy, hunky-dory about how we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs, right? Beautiful stuff. I am up on Oda here.